Hi people, as I said once, as I promised, I will show you the central village of Grondines until the end of the village, further just to Route Guilbeault. So I want just to see if people are outside in the village before to film, because I don't have the right to film people without their consent, so I must be careful there. It's important. So the village is over there. The entrance, the entrance, Route de l'Orme. Route de l'Orme, I will show you his name. Yes. Route de l'Orme, it's over there. Okay. Okay. So, I will be very careful before to film the village. So, wait for me. Back to see if a car is coming. Okay. Look at this. Let's look. This is Route de l'Orme. Route de l'Orme. Now we'll enter there, probably Sir-Lamergouin route, I don't know. So wait for me. I will say you if someone is in the village outside. It looks like nobody is outside for the moment. At the moment, but I would just check it out just to be careful. Look here. This is not Sir-Lamergouin road. It's Chemin du Faubourg. Here. Okay, I will be very careful. So here we go. Here we go. This is the Route du Faubourg, or the suburb of Grondines, a small town situated on the Sir-Lamergouin, le chemin Sir-Lamergouin, in the first part of the village of Grondines, the village of my childhood, where I've grown surrounded by many friends I had those days in my youth. I remember that during these past years, this location, at my personal point of view, not at everyone's that live here, was more living, more animated, and even eventful than today. There can be people here that wouldn't agree with me. It is quite possible. Listen, I'm talking regarding my own years, not the village's collective activities. I may be wrong. There were active small stores, a restaurant called the Bistro of the Old Mill, successive snack bars, a hotel motel, the Mount Vernon, a hardware, a pharmacy, and a hairdressing salon, all closed and gone. What's made the number of visitors from inside and outside Canada dwindle dramatically. Grondines World fame collapsed and faded away. As for my friends I've known in the past, in the 1980s, they moved out, being entered into the work market. Slowly, the village fell silent and inactive or lifeless, since everything has become dead for me. Today, there are so few activities. The village seems hopeless. I'm getting it on YouTube to give its glory of the past and its ancient vigor. The view of Grondines is sad and pitiful. But I keep good souvenirs from these past moments of the 1980s and 1990s, though there were bad times as well. There were some bad kids, bullies, as there were good kids, real friends. I'm talking about my past, when I express my feeling according to which Grondines is like dead, a ghost town at my point of view. There are kids again today, but I can't befriend them and take part to their activities being too young for me. It is activities for children. Therefore, as I've grown up and become an adult, the adults have less recreative or collective activities, so more relaxed, though being working hard for themselves or to provide to their family's needs. What explains why I personally think that Grondines is lifeless, motionless, or dead to me. Kids have a lot of games and playgrounds and many other activities, but because we no longer have any part with them into that, our life seems more boring and annoying than when we were kids. Grondines is more lively and active than I think. It is only because I ain't with kids to play with them, but I can't. However, Grondines could be more active yet if we might create other recreative activities for all ages, genders, and cultures. Even the adults could take part to these actions. What do you think about it? Every summer and winter, if people would like, we could create seasonal activities to play together. Kids, teenagers, and adults. That's what I already talked about in a video lately titled Summer Prep: How and Why I Prepare My Bike. A playground for everyone. Skiing, swimming, cycling, snowboarding, snowmobile trips, skating, hiking in the woods, fishing, etc. For both seasons, each activity corresponding to each season.
Okay.
As you can see, I'm still cycling on the Chemin du Faubourg, filming my ride to show you Grondines Central Village for you to know where you could go in Grondines if ever you come visiting it. I want to give Grondines its former glory and attractions back to make it revive. I imagine Grondines shining like a long time ago, stronger than then, and attracting anew so many people from everywhere in the world. I say this because, like anybody on earth, I need human warmth, sharing, proximity, sympathy, affection, brotherhood, generosity, and friendliness. All human needs. Here, it's Ciel-la-Mer-Gouin Road. Chemin. Chemin Ciel-la-Mer-Gouin. Here. It's in the village. Central. It's part Central Village. So here we go again. That's why every region of Canada, like Grondines, should be known worldwide, both by general public, rich people, and the celebrities. I wonder why, like the rest of Canada and Quebec, Grondines wouldn't have the right to get its lot of visitors from around the world, including the celebrities. Quebec City has its visitors. Montreal has its bunch of visitors. Trois-Rivières has its hordes of tourists, etc. Why not Grondines, though it is small and seems insignificant? It would be utterly unfair and mean for us to neglect our so beautiful village and to toss us aside. Grondines has not a lot to offer, it's true. So what? Would you turn your nose up at this location because of that? It's part of the four nicest jewels of the province. Is it for nothing it exists? Every side of Grondines, Deschambault at 2 East, is widely visited, and Saint-Anne-de-la-Pérade to West is greatly known for the Poulamon fishing. But Grondines, as for it, where is its importance in the middle of all this? Will it become your next destination in your worldwide journeys? To say it once again, Grondines deserves its worldwide acknowledgement. Why should we be left on the fringe of the world society? Please come numerous visiting this location as your next destination and serene sanctuary for your souls and haven of peace. No, you're not dreaming. I offer you to come as many as you want to profit the summertime with us. Really. What are the 3 areas to be visited in Grondines already? The Old Mill, the St. Charles de Borromée Church, and the cardiovascular training trail where you can walk along, do exercises to work your shape and maintain a good health. Oh, I almost forgot the foundations of the former church 1713 to 1830, just next to the trail. 4 altogether. Okay, we're blowing stronger to climb this hill. Good speed. Good speed. Good speed. It is not a lot, but you can cultivate yourselves with the story of the St. Charles de Borromée Church and of the whole meal. You can also read 2 panels in the parking lot of the communitary hall, the Centre des Roches, and by the church to improve your knowledges about the place. I live here since I was born, and I know that Grondines is full of reference or information for your education and learning. We arrive up of the hill I've just climbed, pedaling with force to achieve this challenging climbing. Now I leave you with the rest of the video. Enjoy watching. Don't forget to leave thumbs up, to share, to comment, and to turn off the notifications. On this, I say you bye. See you next time. chemin sur la Mergouin, sur la Mergouin, and this street over there is Route Gilboa. Wait a minute. Route Gilboa. Okay. Now we go back to home. Okay. Now we turn around and we return. We return through the route Gilboa. Sur la route sur la Mergouin. Sur la Mergouin. since it's important. If you want to see it, the church is here. Yes, this is the church. That is right. Church is here, so let's continue. Let's go. Let's continuer le chemin du faubourg. Chemin du faubourg. Nice. beautiful here. ends. A road tour of the central village of Grondines. Yes. This is here. Okay. Okay. This is here. That ends the tour of the central village of Grondines. Yeah, the village where the St. Charles of Borromée, the St. Charles de Borromée is. Yes. It's time to leave. Don't forget to subscribe. Leave me a thumbs up. Share this video to your friends, to your acquaintances, and yes, it's here. And don't forget to turn on the notifications to not miss any of my next uploads. So bye, goodbye.